They were in a group with what was it? CDEC,
And eHome,
Vici,
IG,
and
VG.
eHome. Like that group was so. I said it before when we started casting. I feel like that group was so much stronger. Like in terms of difficulty to qualify, especially because CDEC, the team that came last in that group, had still won 3 out of 8 of their games, which is pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see how both teams approach this draft, though. It feels like we haven't watched an IG game in ages, like in my head, which isn't true at all. We've had like one day without them, but
Yeah, we only had a one day where we did the upper bracket round too. So we're back on it. I know you had a question that you were holding pregame.
Oh no, I was just going to say, who do you think's your favorite coming in? That was all.
Well, let me break down the odds. Let me finagle my way into an odds maker. I have a couple websites that I usually check because it's always interesting to see what websites are offering what odds as well when you're looking for the best value. So, let's take a look. What do they got RNG and IG at?
I'm assuming RNG are definitely favoured, but not 100% sure on that.
Well, they definitely could be.
I think they'll be the favourites. I don't think it will be by much, but I think they will be favourites. There's the Timber ban, the classic. We talk about it every single draft. Never going to get picked, only ever going to get banned. Do you know, I reckon in the grand final of this, we're going to see a Timber pick and we're going to lose our minds. Because we'll be like, oh my god, we forgot what this hero does.
It's actually... I can't find the odds right now. They're currently... Oh, no. Wow. Really?
What?
So they have Royal Never Give Up on this website at 1.53, which means you'd get 53% of your bet back if you won. But they have IG at 2.48. They have them as that much of an underdog?
I think RNG are the better team, though. I wouldn't put it by that much. No, I wouldn't put it by that much. But
it's similar to how I look at heavyweight fights. When any team can take a series at any moment and it comes down to such little intricacies in the match, I just think, the odds should be closer, and taking anything that low on RNG just isn't value. It's not worth the risk. I'm
glad the Shadow Demon hero is getting banned, by the way, because I feel like it's so good at the moment. It's either first picked or banned every single game now. Like, it wasn't at the start of the tournament, but at the moment it feels like it is. What's the pick ban actually of across the whole? Have you got the Dota buff up?
Yeah, I do.
What's the pick ban rate of Shadow Demon? Must be like above 90%.
Oh, you're having me read again. I gotta put the glasses on. Can't even see my screen. 90%. It's literally 90%. It's 12 picks, 25 bans, 37 combined of like 41 games or something like that, or 42 games.
I'm pretty sure the games that got ignored were the ones right at the start of the competition as well, where people were still figuring things out a little bit. I'm relatively sure, because I feel like teams have been going for that hero, pretty much whenever they can. They first faced DK on RNG. Probably makes sense as why the Timber ban comes out as well. Oh, are they going to go Phoenix Mars? Or Phoenix Centaur, possibly? Phoenix Axe. It's a Seneko special, if they really want to go for that.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Axe if they would want to do something different. I think for all those guys on IG right now, Mars has a 20% win rate. So,
but it is JT.
Well, it is JT, you say that, and we saw JT have a abysmal game on Mars.
Yeah, he didn't have fun, did he?
No.
Yang had a pretty bad game on Mars yesterday, actually, as well. I honestly feel like this bulwark into spear nerf has hurt him more than people realise. Yeah, I think Centaur Phoenix is a solid opener. I can't remember who it was that put on Twitter, by the way. They were like, doesn't matter what patch it is, Seneko will always find a way to open up Phoenix Axe at the start of a draft. But yeah, they go for the Centaur instead. I think this Centaur pick's still really strong. It's your egg protection hero. It's also a really strong laner, which kind of helps with the fact that Phoenix is not a strong laner at all at the moment. So no,
I'm thinking
decent duo.
If your IG, would it be worth taking Oracle?
On IG, sorry, or RNG?
On IG.
Why do you want them to take Oracle?
Well,
I think they might take it on RNG. Oh, no, okay, they go AA. I don't mind this pick. I think this is... Who was it that was picking it all the time yesterday? Was that RNG? I don't think it was.
Yesterday, it might have been...
Was it Asta that were picking it yesterday? I think Bobica played it twice, didn't he? I think yesterday. For Asta.
Yeah. It was Aster.
They banned the TB. Okay. That's a fine ban. I think both these heroes don't really deal with TB that well at the moment. The DK and the AA. And you could buy Ags on TB and protect the egg with Fear. That sounds sick.
Ags on TB?
Yeah, I'll say it's good when you have Phoenix on your team. Sure. I wonder if when you egg the TB and it resets all his cooldowns, I wonder if it resets the Fear as well. I assume it does. I have no idea, but I assume it does. I don't know what the cooldown on it is either.
Banning that TB. We'll see what IG ban out.
I think Legion's an okay ban for them. Feels pretty good. I think that's what we saw.
That Legion combination with the Ancient Apparition is what we saw from Master, I believe.
Yeah, because then you have two setups for the AA Blast as well. I watched a game where it was Nigma versus OG Seed yesterday. And OG Seed picked AA. Pexy loves that hero, but they didn't pick any stuns with it. And he just missed so many Ice Blasts because there was no chance. They couldn't lock anybody down. And it felt really bad for the Pexu AA. I felt really bad for him. Okay. So it could be 5 Phoenix or 5 Disruptor. I imagine it's going to be 4 Phoenix, 5 Disruptor, but works either way. I mean, Phoenix is a really greedy 5 hero, but I guess it depends how you want to play it. Do you know, depending what they pick here on RNG, I'd actually really like to see IG pick up Lone Druid. I don't know if they're capable of playing that hero.
But I think that's been a hero that's completely ignored up to this point in this
this competition. Yeah. I don't know. I think we saw one game of it.
No, it's been Arc Warden, Axe, Bloodseeker, Brood, CK, Crystal Maiden, Earth Spirit's actually not made an appearance either.
Earth Spirit feels really sad at the moment.
Elder Titan, Jug, Lion, Lone Druid, Luna, Magnus, Meepo, Ogre, Phantom Assassin, Pudge, Pugna. I thought Pugna might see a game or two. Sand King, Sven. Sven's a little surprising. Techies, Tinker, Tiny, Undying, Warlock, Windrunner, Witch Doctor. A couple of supports.
Witch Doctor's not been surprised at all.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like Witch Doctor's not in an awful position. What do they go for? I honestly would really like to see a Lone Druid. I think it works really well with the Phoenix Sunray as well, just keeping the bear alive. I don't think it cares about either of these support heroes. And it's a liquid classic. But there's the Ember. That's not a Lone Druid. They don't really have good lockdown on either of these RNG supports, so I think Ember's okay. It plays the tempo game, like the really aggressive tempo game on IG, so that they can try and play from in front with this Disruptor, which I think is important. I have no idea what they're going to pick here, though, on RNG.
September's played this Mirana pretty well. They usually get like a Mars with it, so they go Spear Arrow. But Void Spirit... DK could be their safe lane, but it could be the off lane.
Yeah. I thought about this pick, but I don't know how much I like it. Like they have Static Storm. You can dodge Glimpse with Dissimulate, which is really nice. I was trying to remember what the skill was called. So that feels good. But like, I don't know where their damage is coming from at the moment on RNG. Because they're going to need some like really big last pick in terms of physical damage output to be able to try and bring these heroes down. And they don't really have an egg hitter either. I get that's a complete lie. People love this Mirana against the Phoenix. You can like rush BKB on Mirana as well and just like leap in and hit the egg. It's actually pretty good.
See if Mirana can get that kind of gold. Have we seen... I don't want to say something terribly stupid, but I'm just thinking about if anybody's getting a Spirit Vessel this game, because I feel like we've seen a couple Miranas get Spirit Vessel, right?
Yeah, 100, like nearly all the time, I think. Sometimes they need like a 4-staff or whatever first, but pretty sure they nearly always go for that Vessel.
They banned the puck. I'm not too in love with this puck. I don't know if it really constitutes the ban.
No, I'm not sure either. I don't think that hero's in a great place at the moment.
Yeah.
It's okay. They go for the Flywin Aber. Makes their Roche taking a little bit easier. They take towers really well, actually, with their lineup between the DK and the Aber. And it gives them some good sustain. I also think the shield is really good up against the Centaur stun, up against the Root as well. But it also keeps people alive in Static Storm, which is really nice, this hero. Mm-hmm. We talked about... Who was it that played the Abaddon before when they were playing against the Ags Disruptor?
XSS?
But do you remember they got caught by the Static Storm with the Ags when they were standing next to their troll?
Mm-hmm.
Was it XXS? I can't remember, but... yeah, hopefully we don't get a repeat of that today. That was not fun.
That might have even been, I want to say eHome, but it wasn't. It was IG, actually, against Aster.
Right, okay. They need some, like, yeah, it's just some big carry hero, but Naga, pretty good. Doesn't really get pressured by the Abaddon Mirana in lane at all. Yeah, it's going to be the Kaka Phoenix Ollie Disruptor. And it's back for that combo again. They actually have the Naga Disruptor themselves this time. They're not going to lose to it. They're going to pick it up. They're like, guys, this is actually really good. We should probably pick it ourselves.
Something that I asked for from Aster was that Naga Siren, but they never went to it. I was a little bit surprised. But not much they can do now. I mean, I kind of like IG's lineup.
Oh my god, we've got Fly and Flywin. Oh, this is going to get so confusing.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Oh no.
Trust yourself.
And they're laning up against each other. What am I supposed to do?
Call him GGG. I don't know.
We need to get Fly in as well from EG for this game. So then they can all be in the same lane. If he supports the Naga.
Would be interesting to see.
Someone call them up. I quite like IG's lineup, though. I think it's much easier to execute. I think RNG, the only way, not the only way, but the way they win this game the most is if they like take a couple of early towers and they transition it into some early like pushes with the DK, but then they also get the Void Spirit Aghanim timing at a pretty good rate. But IG have super good team fight. Like they have Naga Disruptor, but they also have Egg as well, and then the Centaur Stomp to protect the Egg. Like I think if IG can press their buttons, I don't think they should lose this game in terms of like using their spells correctly. I mean,
I think that the lineup that they have, the 4 heroes, minus the Naga Siren, are enough to open up the game where Naga Siren gets a Diffusal and might even just go off this game. But that's if Naga goes Diffusal first, right? Does it have to be Naga Diffusal?
You go Manta Diffusal first nearly all the time on that hero. Mm-hmm. There's very few occasions when you don't. Because the Agi build-up's so good, like it just works so innately well with the hero, obviously because of the mirror image as well. I mean, some people like to go Radiance in pubs, but don't ever do that, please. It's not good.
They're just remembering old Dota, where illusions actually did things with Radiance. God, the days of Alchemist being that popular too.
Oh, don't. Please don't.
There's always a couple things, you know. Ho ho ha ha pick with the troll in that era. The Alchemist in the era of illusions.
The Alchemist really triggers me because when I last went to, I think it was ESL Hamburg. I went to the tournament there, and people were just picking out. I think it was Alliance who ended up winning the whole tournament. This was at the start of the year when all the big teams were still on breaks, right? Mm-hmm. And Alliance were just winning the game by like picking Alk and stuff all the time. But the games were so boring to watch because you could see exactly what was going to happen. But like Alk was just free farming, and then the game just ended, like every single time. Yeah, and a lot of the games just weren't very fun. So now whenever I see an Alk, I just think back to that and get really triggered. Very sad.
The battle begins.
Last ESL I was at was the only one I've ever been at. ESL
Which one
New
was
York.
That? Oh yeah.
Along with Vici, winning it. That was a good one. Definitely a fun one to be a part of.
Not as good as Birmingham, mate. Sorry. We got Blitz to try a sausage roll. That was about as good as it got for us. A Greg sausage roll.
I mean, this one was pretty exciting. The first day was like 12 hours. It was a two-day event where it just went on forever. But we had the great ones, you know? Cloud9 with EE, Fada, Bone 7, Owie, and Pile Die, but ultimately it was Vici with Black, Super Ice, FY, and Fenrir, which was a squad and a half. That was amazing, and they ended up taking it.
I played this match at mid the other day. I think it was yesterday, actually, after we cast, and I completely forgot that Resonant Pulse at level 1 doesn't instantly take off Flame Guard because it doesn't do enough damage, and I was like, oh my god, I've messed up so badly. So you see he takes Dissimulate at level 1, so that this Flame Guard can instantly just get purged off every single time. So if you're playing this mid matchup in your pubs, guys, and you're playing Void Spirit, always take Dissimulate, level 1. I learned the hard way.
Now with that newfound knowledge, guys, go out there, play some mid,
and
get yourself some Void Spirit wins.
Lose every game because we're all really bad. Smiley face.
Centaur used his Retaliate stacks.
This Phoenix is just dead.
Yeah,
oh! He had to pop the Fairy Fire.
Oh, that was close. Cold few procs there, he's dead, and it was just about a split second away, that's for sure.
And they're going to go on the Centaur's just dead.
Centaur's now dead. And this time we were correct about it.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
This is, you never see DK take stun.
JT wants to start.
Yeah, you never take see them take stun level 2 very often, but when you have an AA in your lane, like the damage output you can bring is really high. I'm just tripping over my words today. On a mad one.
Happens.
He has no salve, by the way, on Emo, so Setsu's going to really bully him here in the middle lane. He decided to bring out more tangos on Emo instead.
Singular creep here. Dragon Tail out again, but just on a JT. JT, now he's got himself the hoof stomp. He went early into the Ring of Tarrasque. We used to see the Centaurs in the off lane just start with Ring of Tarrasque back when it was 600 gold. And ooh, Emo getting low with a rotation from September, but turns this around, and that's pre-rotation coming in from Ali.
How did he
was
kill
able to get that kill?
How did they kill off? Was the disruptor there for the kill or not? I don't think he was, right?
No, he was TPing in still.
Oh, he took a point in chains at 4. Okay, but even then, did Moran just dive tower or something? I feel like that probably shouldn't happen.
No, do you just keep Naga Siren farming 1v1 against Flywin and try to have the disruptor move around the map, or maybe just make some stacks?
Yeah, I think this matchup's really good for the Naga. Like, I think it's insanely good. She doesn't really care about the Curse of Avernus because she can just mirror image and take it off. And like she's a whole level ahead of.
Again.
Oh my god, Naga's a whole level ahead of the Abba now. Like it's so good, and Oh dear, poor top lane.
Yeah, GT dying for the second time, and as much as he's struggled on a couple of heroes throughout this tournament, say the Mars, and maybe here and there on some others, he usually lanes relatively well, but he is just getting heavily bullied in this lane. He's still sitting level 2. He's a full level behind Monet.
Yeah, I don't know about this Ring of Tarask. Like, it's okay. It's definitely not bad, but just don't think there's much value in rushing it here. Like, when you're against this DK, you're not going to be able to stay in lane and just constantly harass him anyway, right? I'm surprised he didn't go for, like, an early brace or something instead. But I guess just more regen in lane. It's what everybody seems to be enjoying at the moment.
He's right on Kaka. He's got the arrow, but not enough distance where it wouldn't matter for much of anything. Just trying to battle for the bounty rune. September gets it. Now the arrow hits.
Mid lane as well. Oh, Setsu dodges the triple remnant.
Setsu has a Resident Pulse and will back off Emo. He missed the triple remnant?
He used it on Setsu, but Setsu just dodged it with the Simulate. was very questionable.
Easy dodge.
He did hit level
damage again.
Yeah, he hit level 6 first on Emo, so decided it was going to be fine. And he might even just try and dive here. Yeah, he is. He understands how much stronger he is. I think you need to use a Aether Remnant here, sir.
Swipe.
He got level 6 off the creep.
I guess the Astral Step. Now looking for more. I don't know if that's the way you want to go.
What's that?
Setsu going in that deep, and now the Glimpse. They've pulled back Setsu. However, Ember went back and has a Remnant over. That'll allow Ollie to get a solo kill technically on Setsu.
And the rune spawn's top as well, so Mirana's not even going to be able to secure that one, I don't think. She has no leap charges.
Yeah.
I did a sick play by Ollie here as well, just zoning him out. This game's going so well for RNG though in general. I mean, this mid lane's really sad, but I feel like all 3 cores are having an okay time. I think this top lane means that if Centaur has a bad start to the game, I think IG are really going to struggle to set the tempo. I guess as much as we say Naga enjoys this lane down here, there's nothing stops the Abaddon from farming, right?
But he pops the borrowed time. Doesn't have any snare to stop him, but I'm not certain about that. That was interesting.
Not good. Not good
Makes
at all.
Him very susceptible here.
You don't just take it at level 6, like you wait to use it. You don't skid it up until you really need it.
Nobody came in either to like help him out after that, or I thought maybe that was like gonna turn into a move or something, but he just popped the borrowed time.
Setsu might be in trouble here. He's got one more Astral Step. But...
Remnant to try and get to the high ground to stay with Setsu, but a couple of tower shots will really make that decision a lot less liked.
This 4 points in Flame Guard is when Void Spirit's lane starts to struggle a little bit here. And with this Arcane Rune, the Flame Guard's just up again already.
They've got the taunt on the Emo. Remnant's down on the low ground. They'll get the glimpse on the Flywing.
Oh no.
So send him back to base. They'll have the long walk back to lane.
And this means Naga's just got a free farm bot in the meantime as well.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Ooh.
Okay, I mean, he's creep skipping Monet. Phoenix top lane.
It's just sending it over. Meanwhile, Phoenix. Oh, one more shot. Super. From that aforementioned Vici team getting the kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
JT on this Centaur as well, because he has so much regen now in this lane that he just doesn't care anymore. He just creep skips and he's fine.
Aether Remnant, Astral Step, Emo taking some damage, but the kinetic field doesn't lock him up. Astral Step the other way. Ollie.
Oh, the arrow.
Kinetic field not locking up Setsu, and Emo able to skirt the other way.
Abaddon was doing so well in this game, and now that TP mid into Glimpse back to base means he's so far behind the Naga all of a sudden. Fly having a really good time, actually. And Yeah, I'm surprised he's not gone Wand on Fly, or at least Stick for the laning stage, but still doing okay.
Doing a bit of damage on the Flywin, who will continue to just man fight, or at least try to. 3 heroes going top from the side of IG, and they don't catch September yet. As finally they'll land the glimpse. They've got the kinetic field. September in trouble. Sunray on top. And Cold Feet on Emo, but he'll remnant forward. They'll get the kill into the Moran, and now they look over at Monet. Stampede right on top of him. Dragon Tail's there, but Setsu comes in with the Astral Step. Aether Remnant doesn't hit Ollie. So he's alive for now, and, well, he doesn't really have much to work with for the moment. JT doesn't freeze over, and I believe Ollie should have looked to just TP out of here and does. Sunray.
Monet.
DK. Taking a lot of damage.
Oh, Setsu stole the bounty rune.
Setsu plays aggressive to go get the bounty rune. Dissimulate. Dragon Tail coming in from Monet. Emo trying to get it out of this one, and he'll remnant back to the high ground. So just continue back and forth.
Setsu gets
Setsu
the other
grabs
rune.
both runes.
So they're going to get full 4. Oh no, Fly took one. Okay, down in the bot lane. So Naga managed to grab one of the runes at least.
So 2,000 net worth lead right now for the side of Royal Never Give Up.
Oh, Royal Jelly for the Naga.
Royal Jelly.
Yes, please.
There it is. About to hit
Phoenix
level
have a
10.
self. Yeah, I mean this Naga's not had anybody in her lane like the whole time in like terms of her own team. So she's got so much XP on this hero at the moment. It's actually the highest level in the game by quite a way. By like over a whole level actually.
Borrowed time popped again.
Yeah, they want to give the lane to the Phoenix to allow Kaka to get level 6. Probably level 7 as well is the big one. I think level 4 Fire Spirits is a lot of damage, 75.
Icarus Dive, Remnant. You just pop Borrowed Time. Arrow hits, though, onto the Amber. Flywin able to escape, and now they look over to get September, but the double leap. Emo still giving chase, but thinks wisely to go the other way and make sure he doesn't dive in too far to potentially a trap. Monet back and forth with JT. Naga Siren, meanwhile, has another 1,000 gold and will finish off the Yasha.
Top lane. JT.
Ice Blast is in, and Cold Feet, even with the Stampede, it procs. Will he shatter? And yeah, he will.
Boy, oh boy, JT not having fun at all.
That's that.
And this Emo Ember is actually really struggling as well. In terms of net worth. I mean, he doesn't even have his... Well, he's just had the Phase Boots come out now, but it's 12.5 minutes into the game. He has Phase Boots Bottle Wraith banned.
Static Storm. Setsu taking some damage. September comes over. They just cannot finish anybody off. And the Astral Step, he goes into the fight, but now the glimpse is there. Emo, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. Do they have the damage?
He's fine.
Aether Remnant. Emo's just dead.
Yeah,
Ice Blast coming in. Can he hit it onto Ollie? Yes, he can. And that is a long toss for Super to get the kill.
RNG are actually just dominating this laning stage so hard.
And Phoenix is gone
Kaka,
too.
Oh my god, Flame just dives him. And the problem is, if this Ember, we talked about if the Centaur doesn't have a game, they can't play tempo. But if Ember and Centaur both don't have a good game at the start, how are they ever going to take these early engagements? Because the Naga doesn't want to fight until she has a couple of items online. She's gone Yasha first, by the way. So, you know, not even going Diffuser first to try and help with the fighting. They do have good spells, though, that we talked about. Like, they have Song into Static Storm, so they have potential to take good team fights, but RNG's just playing the really good pick-off game at the moment. So IG are struggling hard with.
just watching RNG continue to extend their lead, doing a very good job overall. And now JT getting chased by Monet. Goes into the Elder Dragon form, looking to land a Dragon Tail here, but Fly. Is he going to be forced to use that song? He walks into the Ice Blast. Centaur, he still is just going to shatter in a moment. Ooh, maybe not. Just surviving.
But they managed to kill Setsu mid, though.
Guess I did some NA math there.
He got static storm mid on the Void Spirit and just died. So your big pick off for IG, very much needed, because Setsu, if he hits this big Ag on him, he's actually going Yules first before the Ags. Okay, fair enough. I don't mind this too much. You have the Purge to be able to get rid of the chains then from the Ember as well, and like if you use it during the static storm as well, you can keep yourself alive for a little bit longer to try and escape. And it's also really good at setting up for the kill on the Ember as well, using it aggressively, and the Naga actually. Yeah, really good Yules game. I've just listed about 10 different reasons.
Dragon Tail on a JT, Flywinds here, the Photic Shield on a Monet, so can continue to pressure the tier 1 over mid. Kaka, he's got the Supernova if they want to try and fight into this and maybe get a fight going their way over in this mid lane, but, well, not many others are coming just yet. Emo Remnants back towards mid, he might join the fight. Sunray onto the Centaur, doing some damage on the Monet. Arrow flies in, doesn't land, but now Sleight of Fist with the 2-man hoof stomp. Still not getting anything out of this, and finally Monet takes the tower.
Oh, love a good 15-minute Royal Jelly by the Void Spirit. Good stuff.
They're working mid for Monet. Like Shadow comes in, they're coming across through mid.
Kaka's level 8, by the way, and I don't think we've seen a single egg yet this game, right?
No. I thought you'd use it mid.
Ice Blast.
Look at the damage. Jesus. There's the Ice Blast. Setsu gets the kill on a JT. They look over for this Ember. They've got the 8th Remnant. Static Storm is on to just this Abaddon. So, I mean, Abaddon's fine with that.
How did he die there on Ember? Did he not have any remnants out? Oh, did he get arrowed or something actually? Yeah, I think he did. Okay. I didn't see that one.
Arrow again, flying through.
Dire's top tower has been denied. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're just taking a tier 2 at 16.5 minutes into the game. Like,
and JT, he TP's into this. They don't have the mana right now for an Ice Blast, but they could have certainly done work with it. This Supernova's right there, but it's already dead. Monet, he's getting chased by Fly, and JT trying to do some damage here as well. They don't have the Void Spirit with them. Emo finally joins in, but he's got the borrowed time. He's so survivable. The back and forth from this is so favorable right now for RNG.
They're just not clicking their buttons very well, by the seams of it.
Fly in a Photic Shield. Now the Ice Blast comes in. That'll hit on the JT. Just level 1, so he just needs to go down at 12%, and will.
Why? Like, now they use the song to disengage from a fight that they've already lost.
Which means if your Void Spirit's going to go up, you might just keep going.
Yeah, like he wanted to find that Naga with the Astral Step there, but I think if he'd have waited to use the Astral Step when the song finished, he probably would have killed her. It's unfortunate. But yeah, like this Ember and Centaur just aren't heroes in the game at the moment. Like Centaur has Vanguard, Ring of Tarask, and a Cloak. Not even a finished hood yet. And Ember doesn't even have his first proper item. And we're 18 minutes into the game, B-Cop. Jesus. Like this is a point where you really want to be like almost at your second item on Ember, really, if you're having a good game.
And we'll find this Disruptor. Ice Blast comes in and Super with another kill. This Ancient Apparition's 5-0-5.
He's doing so well, but it's also because they have so much setup for him, right? Like in the lane, there's the Dragon Tail into the Cold Feet. They have the Void Spirit as well to set up for the Ice Blast. They have the DK in the mid game, who has Relic, by the way, on Monet. He's so farmed. He's actually 1,000 gold ahead of the Naga. Oh, Grove Bow for the DK. Feels good.
Why can't my team have this kind of communication? Dragon Tail, JT. Is there an Ice Blast coming in? It is available.
Dire's middle tower is under
Not sure it's easy.
Converging on his position, so now the Yules is there. Finally, the Ice Blast follows it up. The arrow comes through. Flywin with the kill on a JT. This is just methodical right now from the side of Royal Never Give Up. And, you know, something I noted back when we talked about the teams originally, I'd say, and I probably brought it up a couple times. Royal Never Give Up, they were supposed to go to the major.
Yes, yeah. Like, they're not a bad team at all. But, like, the teams that are left, the teams that went to the playoffs in this competition, right, are probably the 6 you would expect that were fighting to get to the major anyway. And they're probably all good enough to play there. But, you know, R&D, they were third in my power rankings before this tournament. Is Shaky just dead again?
Aether Remnant, and they've got the Ice Blast, so he'll be dead.
Jesus.
Setsu gets credit for the kill, and they've taken out the Centaur. They're just going to go to the high ground. They've got the glimpse back onto September as well as the Static Storm, but there's the Yules. They'll buy back on the Centaur. Will they finally get September? Yes, they will. They apparently don't like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What's that? The egg as well, so far back.
Side of Fist, Searing Chains, Borrowed Time is available. So fighting into this may not be advised. Disruptor in trouble. The Sunray is there, but Ollie just surviving. Borrowed Time comes in. Forward, Monet ends up dead. But can Setsu clean up? It looks like that's certainly a possibility, but Emo's still alive, and these heroes on the Radiant end, I mean, they're looking for more. Ice Blast could be huge, but it ends up not being anything. So they'll get the kill on a Flywin. They look over at Setsu. They'll Astral Step to the high ground, but still staying with him is this Ember.
He doesn't have mana on Ember to cast Chains. Oh, the Arcane Ring! He dropped the Wraith Band and used the Arcane Ring on his... Oh my god.
Another... Oh, arrow? But the glimpse.
Oh, that is so sick. I can't begin to comprehend what just happened. Oddie has an Arcane Ring on him. It wasn't even Ember's own Arcane Ring. And he dropped his Wraith Band on Emo. Oddie gave him the mana, picked the Wraith Band back up, and he had the mana for Slight Chains. That doesn't sound like a huge amount, right? But to think about that in the moment when you're chasing the Void Spirit there is so clever. Wow.
I'm surprised that fight went so poorly for Royal Never Give Up.
Yeah, I mean, the egg was pretty much wasted, but JT did buyback on the Centaur as well, remember? And September on this Mirana, if she gets picked up pretty quickly at the start of the fight. They didn't have Ice Blast after the first usage on the Centaur either, until like right at the end of the fight. So, it wasn't great. And I'm not sure I agree with this Radiance first on Monet. It's going to help going into the late game for sure, because he's, against the Naga, obviously. But I think if he'd have just tanked up there instead of going for this Radiance, they probably would have won the game. Or at least, sorry, not won the game, but like taking a set of racks at least, right?
Granted, they might be able to just work another fight in and win the battle there on the second one.
She's actually not going Diffusal on Naga. She's going straight for the Skadi, which, you're up against DK. That's okay so for the effect. And the slow's really nice to allow you to chase in fights, but no Diffusal. Interesting. I said you go for a Diffusal Mountain 99% of games. They've song top, by the way. Or,
Moonlight Shadow. And they've dropped down the sentry. Yules. Can he survive? No, he can't. But they've come over, and all of a sudden, they blow up Kaka.
Here comes the squad. And they have no song either to disengage now, because they used it to kill Setsu.
No. Kinetic Field will help this Naga Siren get away. They've also used the Stampede. Ice Blast from Super on a 2. They lose the Ancient Apparition. This is not going as well for RNG as maybe they would have hoped. With Flywin now needing to get back, because he's got Borrowed Time, but September takes a lot of damage. Moonlight Shadow is already used, and they'll buy back on Super.
Monet's still really scary, though, even if he doesn't have Dragon Form quite yet.
Still 17 seconds till he's got that, and still moving forward. Finally, the glimpse comes
close.
in. And
it was so close for the Dragon Tail stun. Oh. RNG.
Kind of just throwing bodies.
But this is the spell usage, though, right? Song into Static Storm. Like, there's no play on the Void Spirit until he gets Ags. Unless the Abaddon's nearby to try and keep him alive. So it's all about who can make the initiation first on both these teams. Like, can they get the Song Static Storm off? Or is DK just going to be able to, go in and commit to the fight? Or is
again, Setsu surrounded, and Ice Blast coming in as well as the arrow that hits JT.
Setsu.
But there is no follow-up to that, and again, the Void Spirit dies short of this act. And they're also going to get September, one after the next, and they're just allowing themselves to be taken out of this game.
Really good spell casting, though, by OG. They're doing a good job. I don't know why the Void Spirit's just hanging around there just before he's picked up his Ags. That's such dangerous farm to take when you're, when you're so close to an item. You want to be taking safe farm. I don't really understand why this DK has the Grove Bow instead of the Void Spirit as well. Have they got no other good neutral items on the Dire side? Like, I guess DK doesn't really have anything else he wants to take. Maybe they swap the Imp Claw for the Grove Bow. The Spell Amp on Void Spirit is so good.
So now all of a sudden the net worth of this game is even. And it certainly feels like Royal Never Give Up. They may have missed the timing.
The net worth might be even, but look how far ahead the Naga is. And she's only going to farm quicker. It feels like that bot fight really turned the game around. And this is why I'm not sure about the Radiance. Like, the timing that you're going for, why would you build this item that then allows you to scale into the mid to late game? Obviously, it's not a bad item, but... Imagine if DK just went like BKB or something.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh. Oh, no. It had the item on it as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it did.
That's massive. That's actually massive.
Oh my god. 3 minutes. No Ags.
Where was that courier coming from that he did not...
It was the secret shot to him.
But he was in the bottom lane.
Yeah, but the Naga was there cutting waves and things.
Oh boy, Hope Stomp comes in. Setsu again is in trouble, probably dead, and yeah, he's gonna end up falling, arrow missing. But what do you do if you're the side of Road Never Give Up? Away goes Flywaymakers, dive forward, Ice Blast from Super, they get the kill onto the Ancient Apparition, now they look for the rest.
Oh, nice.
Supernova's down, they've got the Hoof Stomp, and they'll get the kill on a Monet. Wow.
Oh. Arrow catches Phoenix mid-sunray. That's sad.
This is looking real bad for Will Never Give Up.
Like, this DK does a decent amount of damage because he has Radiant's Hyperstone. And this Casual Hood's okay, but, like, he has no way of cleansing Vessel, right? So they're just going to be able to run at him over and over again now. Orb of Destruction for the Abaddon. I guess they give that to the DK.
See if he holds it.
Nobody's taken it yet. AA doesn't even have a neutral item. That's how little they care.
He'd certainly love the Grove Bow. Oh, Orb of Destruction for the Naga.
Is nobody going to take the Orb on the Dire side? Guys? Like... It's pretty good.
Minus armor would be nice. Quick
that's a
charm.
Void Spirit item, though.
And a Titan Silver.
Okay. That's the DK item. So they found them. Don't worry, guys.
Top tower is under attack.
I assume you give Clumsy Net to the AA as well.
If he wants to hold a neutral item, that is.
Doesn't need one. Super's... How long... At what point do we think he's going to be taking a neutral item? Can we take bets in chat? At what point, at what minute in the game is he going to find one?
He still doesn't have a courier sending anything.
Oh, they're sleeping top, by the way.
Yeah, they've got the Static Storm with it, and it locks up too. They go after the Abaddon. He'll pop the borrowed time, but they already got the kill on a Setsu. The Ice Blast comes in, but it's really not going to do much of anything. They look over to get the kill on a Flywin. They'll get the kill onto the Abaddon, and now they'll look for more. Stampede committed. Remnant forward. September.
Oh, the glimpse gave vision.
And they had the vision to get the kill. Good job there to get a third.
Yeah, really well played by Emo. Just realizing that it's not about, you know, being able to kill him with the Remnant, but if you get vision for the glimpse. And they didn't even use Egg, so they still got some team fight capability there. And there's 3 heroes down. IG just all of a sudden, if you look at the net worth graph, the last 10 minutes for RNG have just not been good at all.
Into the Elder Dragon form, BKB's pop by Emo. Got the glimpse, kinetic fields down, Icarus dive away. They're going the opposite direction this time, but we'll see if they want to turn this around. Naga Siren getting caught, 9 seconds till Song, but there goes the Aegis. So we'll have Song again in this fight, as well as the Static Storm in 10. Good Supernova placement. However, the stun is there. Can they get the Song off? And yes, he can. With the Supernova, goes into the TP and leaves. Wow.
Sick. I mean,
great disengage.
Yeah, they only the Mirana brought back though, so it's not even that bad of a fight for RNG, to be honest. And it's getting to that point of the game now where Monet is actually scary because he has this AC now. He's so much more difficult to kill. He needs that BKB before he's going to be a real threat. But boy, oh boy, they did get the glyph out from RNG as well. So Ollie's about 1800 off that Axe as well on the Disruptor. So if they can ever get that combo off with the Acronyms upgrade on Disruptor, there's no way. Like they have a play on the Dire side. And they're just looking to go again. They want to keep this pressure up.
I mean, the cooldowns aren't terrible.
There's still no BKB on Monet here, remember? By the way.
Static Storm at 80 is not bad. Still allowing himself to get harassed like that.
If Flywing can make sure he cleanses off the vessel with a Photic Shield, I don't know why I keep saying cleanse. Is that the right term? But yeah, then
Dragon Tail out on the JT. They've got the Ice Blast to follow it up. Now the Song, but he's gonna shatter regardless.
Oh my god, here it
comes. A really good Static Storm. The question is the kinetic field also there. It actually doesn't lock up Monet, so they will lose Kaka. That means they've got no Phoenix, no Supernova to go with this. Song's already been used, so it's a 2v.
They're trying to find the Naga
2-for-1 so far. Super getting low. He'll end up dead. Emo gets the kill. Naga Siren, he sits with no health, and well, Monet finally takes out Fly, and it was a little bit of a botch, I would say, as they really try to maybe get perfect or cute with that kinetic field. Yeah. And Monet was able to get to the back lines and kill off Kaka before he's ever able to throw a Supernova.
Oh, and they're going to catch the Ember here as well if they've got detection. Oh no, they don't. I mean that's a problem, isn't it? Like they try to be greedy with the Static Storm. They end up not clipping the DK, and so he ends up just turning around and killing off the Phoenix right at the start of the fight before Kaka gets egg off. And that cannot be allowed to happen. Like if Kaka dies first in the fight, they're really going to be struggling because I think that egg and the Sun Ray especially is too important. Like against this really tanky DK hero that doesn't have a BKB yet, he's only about 1,000 gold away now, but the Sun Ray's so good against these tanky heroes because of the percentage damage.
Use the telescope's nice. Should be picked up by one of these supports. By the way, Phoenix, he's close to his axe. 100 gold away.
Yeah, and he's only going to hit level 18 at roughly the same time as well. So that egg count's going to go up from 8 attacks to 13 attacks, all in one go.
If you can ever get to that level 25, I'll also get the +3 Supernova hit count.
Oh god. Up to
60.
Does he
go for the Icarus dive cast range, or are we picking up the Sun Ray during Supernova?
Oh, Sun Ray, 100%, like all the time. That was the old Ags upgrade. It's so good. Unbelievably good. Especially when your egg's so tanky, like with 13 hits at the level 20 mark, with Ags upgraded.
Radiant
I think
are scanning.
it's it's just a lot of damage. A lot of healing that comes through as well. Because the problem with Phoenix is sometimes that you really want to egg, but the sun rays, you need to sun ray just before to try and keep your allies alive, otherwise they're going to die, right? Whereas when you get the level 20 talent, you can egg and just still save them. With the, not necessarily with the Ags upgrade on the Supernova, but because of the sun ray. And there's a BKB coming out on the courier now for DK. He's almost about to get it here. Oh my god, Mone's a monster.
Really is.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom
So,
tower
Ag City,
is under attack.
you're for IG.
Radiant's top tower is
Centaur's
under attack.
got her, is going for one. Ember's got his. Phoenix has his. Disruptor 900 gold away.
Dire are scanning.
Naga, why not? You know.
Well, he actually took the damage instead of CDR on Abaddon. Fair enough.
Dire's
See if
bottom tower
that
is under
extra
attack.
damage really ends up being worth it.
This butterfly is going to be really key for the Naga. Not only does it increase her effective HP with the evasion, but her damage output from her and of the illusions now is much higher. Setsu has his BKB on the voice for it now as well. 10-second duration.
The thing is, they're getting these BKBs, and well, Disruptor is 400 gold away from his axe.
Yeah, true. I mean, we talked about it before. I haven't even checked all these items in a while.
And he's got that telescope, plus the extra 125, 15 talent on cast range. Like, he's just going to be... Look at how far he can throw down a kinetic field and his static storm.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of disgusting.
Radiant
And,
are scanning.
I mean, Mirana on the other team, is this a game where you take kinetic field grants true sight?
Probably. I mean, the 3 Thunderstrike hits is not even that good against Aber anyway, right? So... It's the fact that it allows you to de-ward as well for the kinetic field, which is really nice. Don't have to worry about buying sentries all the time. Timeless Relic, oh my god. For the Phoenix of the Disruptor.
Oh.
Dude, that Disruptor Timeless Relic would be crazy. Are they going to give it to the... Oh, they've given it to the Ember instead. Okay. I mean, the telescope's kind of too important on the Disruptor, to be honest. It's all about getting the static storm off, not about how long it lasts.
Lock up JT for a moment. They're going to focus him. Here comes the Yules. The Ice Blast song is in. Arrow will follow it up. So even with the song, he's going to be stuck there, and they just can't save him.
They definitely don't want to fight that. Not just before Ollie gets Aghanim's upgrade on the static storm as well. You kind of just want to hold it and wait for the next opportunity. Like, you have buyback on your Centaur anyway. Emo's cutting the mid wave. Like, the bot lane's all the way pushed in. They can't get anything from this anyway on RNG. Illusion Escape for Naga. Oh, okay. Never mind. Game over. Good stuff. Let's go next, guys. Go next. We've seen so many good Illusion Escape games over the last few days. Like TBs. I think there was another Naga game where they got one as well. There was a PL that got Illusion Escape.
Yeah, that was last night.
No, it was yesterday morning.
Technically, yeah. For me, yeah.
And for you as well, yeah, actually. Yeah.
It's 5:26 in the morning here, so...
I was just trying to
the morning. You got it though.
Yeah.
It resolves. IG doing what they do best, having this courier in here to look over at the Roche.
That courier
ends
just
up dead.
I'm sure that courier
5 shots.
It evaded a shot somehow. Does that count as? Surely that doesn't count as high ground. Surely not. Oh, the leveler as well. On the Radiant side. They don't really have anybody that can take it, though. And Naga wants to keep the Illusionist cape. It's really sad. I can't believe they've got a leveler and they're not going to be able to use it.
Could technically, hold it in your backpack, right? And swap it out with the Illusionist cape when you go to the high ground.
I mean, you could, but at the same time, like, if all your illusions are doing 10% more damage, then it's kind of the same thing. And remember, if you swap Illusionist cape out now, the illusion dies.
Emo... Moonlight Shadow comes in, and they've got the Ags available.
Yeah, this is a big smoke here. That it just didn't work for them. There's almost level 18. Now Ninja Gear as well. Now who do they give that to?
Disruptor, maybe?
They could give it to the Phoenix, I think, or the Disruptor.
Yeah, but he does.
Ollie really wants to keep the telescope.
Smoke. Looking towards mid, and
they really want to go onto the high ground. Yeah,
they're gonna throw these illusions forward. Monet, he's maybe in trouble. So is the rest of the team. They've got themselves a Sleight of Fist as well as a Searing Chains. They look over
to a good song.
Kill one of the Ancient Apparition to start this off. They look at Flywind. Now
this is a really good song.
Ooh, this could set up really well. They need to get the Static Storm down, but Ollie's actually
he's silenced.
He's dead.
Oh no!
Oh boy! And now they've got the Supernova, and it pops. It still pops. This is horrid for IG. They lose JT, and RNG come out well ahead.
That was so sloppy though. Like everybody was so split up the whole fight. Like Naga was up on the high ground for some reason, on the right hand side. I don't know if she was chasing September or something for some reason, but. Definitely shouldn't have happened, and now DK's level 25 and they're going to be able to go into the Roche pit as well. He's got Rapier queued up, by the way, on DK. I think he's realised that he's not dying. Like, he's really tanky. And the only way he's going to die is if he gets caught by a Song Static Storm. But with that Disruptor not having used it, they do have to still be a little bit wary of the next fight. Nice little courier slap on the way past as well. Setsu takes the Aegis.
Void Spirit.
Man, he's so scary. He has the Quickening Charm for the cooldown reduction as well on the Hex, which is nice. He's level 25 on the Void Spirit, so has to simulate stuns. But it's all going to come down to, can IG get the combo off in a fight? Are RNG going to group up? Because it feels like there was that really good opportunity there where the DK and the Abaddon were stood next to each other, but the Naga was stunned up for so long. I've got hiccups now. Oh no.
Hands above your head. Or there's a way to, get hiccups away by scaring you. I don't know if you ever heard that before. You get scared, you lose the hiccups.
Oh, I just saw that last play by IG. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna just say you're fired.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh.
No longer have the hiccups. You're hired.
Oh my god, Monet's just...
Blink, Hoof Stomp. Static Storm comes in. They're doing a lot of damage on Monet. He thought he might not be able to die, but now will he die? He survives the Supernova.
Oh my god.
And will it be enough to get the kill on a JT? They'll take out the Centaur. He buys back immediately with BKB being popped by Setsu. Flying on the run with the rest of the team. They've got themselves the Glimpse as well as the Kinetic Field.
Arrow. JT bought back.
Kinetic Field just yet. JT bought back. He'll be dead once again. They'll take out the Centaur. Now they'll look towards the back lines of this. Yule's out onto the Naga Siren. Now the Aether Remnant actually hits onto the Disruptor. That might be game-saving, in a way. He doesn't get leashed up and caught.
Oh, and there's no way he would have survived that, by the way, if he didn't take the right 25 talent on DK. He took the extra HP regen and armor.
X
just simulate stuns.
Ember, and wow, Emo just gets blown up. No buyback, dead for 2 minutes.
Game over, I guess? I don't know. When's the next Static Storm? 26 seconds. Okay. So they have the next combo really soon, actually.
Are under attack.
But they have no Ember for it.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Go Song now, go. If they can kill off Setsu in the duration, he has Aegis though, right? So it doesn't even matter if they use the combo on him. Like, he's just going to come back alive again anyway. I can't believe they dropped absolutely everything on Monet and they didn't even kill him. That was crazy.
Yeah, but he gets scared of using or going for that Divine Rapier. Yeah, they get the Phoenix, they'll get the kill with the Ice Blast coming through as well, and Setsu ends up getting credit for that one. Ags picked up by the Abaddon.
Yeah, Naga did a really good job there, though. I don't know if you saw, she went and started cutting the mid-wave, so they didn't have any creeps anymore, which means they cannot go and finish off that last set of racks.
But is that enough?
Is that enough?
I mean, you lost 2 sets of racks regardless.
You lost 2 sets of racks, but again, you still have the combo. You didn't kill Monet with it last time, but
Dire's bottom tower is
who knows? Maybe they can next time. Did Kaka use Egg when they dropped the Static Storm?
Yeah, but it was back a little bit, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
It was like here.
Right, okay. Yeah, it's too far away. If you have the Sunray there during the duration of the Supernova, they probably kill him. He has the Ags upgrade now, by the way, on Monet. So tanky.
Instead of that Divine Rapier. Sad.
Yeah, I think it's fine, though, because all of a sudden the game's not in such a drastic measure as it was before, right? Whereas before they were really unsure if they could win a team fight, but all of a sudden they take Roche, take 2 sets of racks, and they're like, well, we might as well just, get the Ags upgrade instead.
Alright, I get a Divine Rapier anyway in the game. Is this all 3 games Divine Rapier so far?
Did we have one in the second game?
I thought we did.
We had one in the Troll versus TB game. Was that game 2? Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't.
Ooh, onto the high ground they come. Fly immediately into the song. They'll have the combo. Here it is. Static Storm is down with the kinetic field as well as the Supernova. Here comes the Sunray. Can they get the kill? Finally on a Monet. They do the damage, but they don't do enough. Now they look over it.
Oh my god, what a silence by Setsu.
But the Emo Ember Spirit is gone. They look for the Disruptor. They'll take out Ali and JT. The only one left alive is this Naga, and that's the Rapier down on the deck. RNG claimed game 1. Just 47 minutes into the game. 40,000 net worth lead, and RNG are victorious.
Monet's so tanky. I loved what Abaddon did there as well. He tried to pop the ult really early on so that he wouldn't get instantly comboed down. He popped it during the sleep, which was really cool to see. And it's so difficult for them to bring Monet down this game. I mean, I was really surprised IG didn't just end up winning this. I think the RNG looked really good early on, but then IG made that massive comeback, and all it took was one bad fight, and JT getting picked off 13 times. Oh god. RNG's completely turn it around, and I think the Ags upgrade on Setsu massively helped that game. They always managed to find Kaka at the start of the fight as well, which I think was a big win for them. And they had September did build that